Whoa. Too far back. There we go. We got here Evan.
Can you hear me?
Yes, is this Kevin?
Yeah,
How you doing, Kevin?
I'm chilling, man. How about you?
Good, good. And then we have who we have is coming in. We have Jake Golden.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, how you doing, Jay?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
Doing good, my friend.
Good.
Kevin, you can unmute your okay. Okay, good. There's Kevin. All right. We got Kevin. I think we have a couple more. A few more coming in. How are you guys doing? Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yep. Sound good, Mark.
Okay, good. So I think, yeah, this is being recorded, so you guys will also get a copy of each session. So okay. So I'll have it sent over to you after we do our session. So we're gonna do it. This is a month long, so we'll meet every Monday at 5 p.m. 4 sessions for the month of August. And I'll explain in a minute when I get everybody here. So we have David. David, can you hear me? David is in. Who else we have coming in here? Carla. Yeah, David, Carla. There's some more people in the waiting room here. Let's get everybody in. 7 people here. This is good. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Loud and clear.
All right, 1, 2.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Mark? Oh, okay, fantastic.
Can hear you. Good.
Yeah.
Couple more. So we have Money. Carla, can you hear me? Dana. Dana. About seven people here. Good. So how you guys doing?
Yes, I'm very well, Mark.
Good.
Really happy to be here. I'm looking
Excellent.
forward to the session.
Good, excellent. Kevin, how are you?
I'm doing all right, man.
Good. Money, how are you?
I'm doing great. My name is Renee.
Renee, how are you, Renee? Good.
I'm doing great. How are you?
Awesome. All right, so we have 8 people here.
Oh, hi, Mark. This is Carla Fisher.
Hey, Carla, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. And we have Dana. Hey, Dana. All right. We have 8 individuals here. All right, guys, welcome. So I'm happy you guys are here. So basically, what this 4-week course is about, it's about maximizing your potential to create whatever you want in your life. That's what this course is about. We're going to go into everything about mind, body, spirit, human nature, consciousness, routines, etc., etc. And I'm going to put forth a method for you guys that you can incorporate on a daily basis to achieve whatever your goals are. And I wanted to do a format like this because I wanted to keep it small. I didn't want to do about 30 or 40 people. I wanted to keep it around maybe 10, 15 people because individuals. That way I can interact with you guys more on a personal level. Because what this course is about you. You telling me what is it that you're struggling with? What do you want to create? And then we'll go from there. The first thing we'd like to introduce everyone. So let's go down the list. David, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Mark.
All right, so we'll start with David. Tell me about yourself, David. What is it struggling? What you want to change?
Yes, Mark. Yes, I'm honored to be here, man. I've started following you not very long ago, a few months ago, and I decided to take the plunge to go deeper and decided to come into this course.
You from the islands?
I am, Mark. I am,
Yeah,
man. Yeah, you can tell it. Bless up.
Yes, man. A British, you have like a British, like Caribbean accent.
That's right. That's right. I'm in the UK.
Okay,
In the
good,
UK.
good, good.
Yeah,
Okay.
man. Yeah. So I really resonate with you and where you're coming from and some
Thank
of the
you.
stuff you've been through. I'm actually facing that at the moment.
Yeah.
I have a sister that lives near me, and almost every time I go to her house, it's like a long debate because
Okay.
my perception has completely changed. But just to tell you quickly what I'm going through,
Yeah.
Mark.
Quickly,
The
yeah.
situation at the moment is, just quickly.
Mhm.
Basically, I find that because I've gone on this route of manifestation, trying to find myself, I find that my circle has dwindled significantly. And I'm going through a lot at the moment. When I say a lot, almost
Mhm.
my world is like crumbling. I'm telling you, every area of my life is affected at the moment.
Mhm.
But the good thing about it is, I've actually moved to a location where I'm actually living by myself now. So I have that time to really focus on myself and really go deep.
All right. What do you
So-
want? What do you want?
So what I want is I wanna build that confidence to create a business, and I wanna maximize my income. So I've written down a goal to have like £50,000 in my bank account. I wanna believe that, and I wanna find some strategies around like achieving
Okay.
that.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Got you. All right. Next up, Kevin. Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, Mark?
Good.
Me, my goal is I want to be
Hmm.
totally like free. You know what I mean? Free to control my time in my everyday life.
Uh-huh.
Because I've been a police officer for 12 years. I don't know if you know what that's like, but
Mhm.
everything in your life is almost completely controlled at all times.
Mhm.
And I'm kind of burned out on that. So
All right. Freedom. When you talk about free, what kind of free you want? Financially free, free time, what?
now I want to be free in every area. Like I want to be able to go anywhere I want to go, anytime I want to go. And
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Next here, Carla. Talk to me.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Carla.
I want to start a holistic. Well, I've been starting it, but it's like in spurts. A holistic health business, learn about health, and
Mhm.
I'm also learning about medical astrology and manifesting and things like that. I've manifested things, but it's like it's not consistent.
Okay.
And I'm getting these. A friend of mine calls them is when you're like you're half asleep, half awake, state of state, something like
Uh-huh.
that. I see numbers. It doesn't happen every day, every blue moon, but these numbers come out. I don't catch these numbers. That's why I used to put them into the group because I said if I can catch it, maybe somebody else can catch it.
Mhm.
So I'm just trying to get myself
All right.
right with the numbers so we can meet at the same place.
All right. So you want more consistency in what you're creating, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We got Carla. Who's next? David. No, we got David already, right? No, sorry.
Yeah.
Carla. Cheyenne.
Hey, Mark, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey everybody.
Hello,
Basically
hello,
I just
Sean.
want more consistency in terms of like business purposes. And I just want to say thank you, Mark, for, giving me subliminals. It has helped out in a sense where I'm starting to see more stuff manifest in my life. Like I did a scratch off ticket. I won $200 recently. And then
Good.
I got a randomized money from my school. They released
Uh-huh.
a $2,000 check. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, damn, it worked. Excuse
Yeah,
my
yeah.
French.
No, of course, of course. All right.
So
So what
I'm
do
on
you
a lead
want?
work field, and I want to just be more consistent in terms of like business purposes, the things I want to do and accomplish.
Okay. Okay, got you. All right, who else? I got Kevin already. Carla, I got Carla. Dana. Turn your mic on, Dana. Can you hear me, Dana?
Yeah, I
Good.
got you.
All right, so talk to me. What do you want?
Yeah, been listening for about 8-9 months now, and have
Mhm.
been definitely manifesting, looking to manifest a lot larger sums of money, bring in more consistency, like you're talking about. I've been using the subliminals, kind of have a question between the different types and just alternating, which I've listened to different conversations that you've had with people about going with the masked or the unmasked. But also, I played the lottery, and like Cheyenne, I've won a bigger amount than I've won before. I actually paid 444 because the guy in front of me, I saw he was playing that. So I played that maybe for 2 months, and then it came in, and I'm in Florida, like you, and it came in maybe about a month ago, and I actually won $500 on that. So that was like the biggest win that I've ever had
Oh,
with
that's
the
good.
lottery. So
Great
yeah,
discipline
looking
right there.
for
That's great discipline.
yeah, and I was just about to I was going to stop playing. I said, nope, just keep going. And then I put them away. Like you say, put those tickets away. Then I looked and like, wow, okay, so I did win one. But still, just working on that consistency, go to the casino, and actually had a dream about the casino last night that I won $10,613. I don't know what that means, but I saw that. So just kind of trying to pull those pieces together, but definitely have been consistently listening to your audios, but now I want to have some more personalized touch of kind of how to keep things consistent and moving forward.
Okay, yeah.
So like everyone else, I want the freedom, the more money, all of that, freedom of time, freedom of just being able to have access to do what I want to do.
All right, guys, I want you to notice a key word here. The key word consistency. A lot of you guys want consistency. So that automatically tells me what's going on in your mind, and we'll get to that. All right, so the consistency is there. Who am I missing here? Did I get who am I missing?
Hey, Mark,
Golden.
it's Jason.
Jason, talk to me.
Excuse me. Yeah, we met up actually back in May. We did a one-on-one, and so I've been doing the subliminals every night and just doing the things that you've said, and I've started to see the progress. And so kind of what I'd like to do now is for about 3 or 4 years, I had my own business, and about a year or so ago, it shut down. And so what I'd like to do is I'd like to kind of get back into some sort of online business, and eventually my main goal is to build up a passive income stream of at least $10,000 or more a month, and be able to step away from my current desk job. So it gets to the time and financial freedom more than anything.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
All right.
that's really
And
good.
who's next? Did I miss anyone? I know I had a new admin here. Eutralia, are you there, Eutralia? Eutralia, good.
Yes, hello.
Hello. So Eutralia, what I want to do is just quickly tell me what is it you're struggling, what you want to change, what you want to achieve.
Okay, my struggle right now is I had some health challenges that really has pointed me in a new direction in terms of career and things like that. And so I am looking to create a new future so that I struggle with going in a new directions. Part of me still wants to go back to the past. So it's just being able to generate income in a way that I can be free to travel and live where I want, right? So the key struggle that I have is really changing directions career-wise and being able to provide for myself financially.
Okay, excellent. All right. So guys, what we're gonna do here is I'm going to give you guys, I mean, some of you have sessions with me with the subliminals, but for the ones, for you guys who didn't get subliminals, I'm going to send you the 5 subliminals. These are what I actually use myself. I had these for years. So you see where I'm at. So I'm going to get these subliminals to you. And what the first part, look, so the first part of creating what you want is we have to set routines. This is your first routine you're going to do every night. I'm going to get my tech guy. I'm going to send him 5 subliminals. You guys will download these subliminals, arrange them, put them on shuffle. These subliminals, you're going to have to use earphones. So I recommend you may get the headband ones. So when you sleep, don't fall out. Every night when you go to sleep, this is what you're going to be listening to for the next 90 days. Okay? That's going to really help to remove subconscious. All right? So that's the first part of the routine. Now look, here's the big picture. So what a lot of you guys are struggling with, and I noticed the key term in this is you want consistency. Anytime we have inconsistency, there is a bridge gap between your conscious intentions and your subconscious desires. So in layman's terms, the reason you're struggling a lot is because you haven't convinced your subconscious mind this is what you want. The reason you have success a little bit all the time is because you have convinced your conscious mind that's what you want. Now look, the thing about your conscious mind, guys, is that it is very powerful. I know you watch a lot of my YouTube videos and I talk about the ego a lot, but I don't think we give the ego a lot of credit. And this is something I want to talk about here so you can really understand. The first thing you want to understand about your regular mind is that it takes your ego to get to your subconscious. If you don't have a conscious mind, you can't get to your subconscious. So the first thing I want to do, I want to teach you more about how to use your conscious mind to impress your subconscious, because that's where it is. The subliminals will do 50% of the work for you. The other 50% is what we're going to cover in these four sessions going forward. So the first part of this is, here's what you need to know about your conscious mind. It can get you what you want. It can go into your subconscious and it can tell your subconscious, I want to do this, even if you have blocks. Okay, I'm sure you're all familiar with that. Okay, but here's the problem with that though. That's always going to be temporary, because your subconscious holds stuff permanently until you change it. In other words, when we're going to replace a new program in the subconscious, it's not just thinking positive thoughts. It's actually thinking a positive thought, but replacing that positive thought with an intention. Does anyone know what I mean by that? Questions, anyone? Questions so far? Chime in.
Replacing. Okay, so basically the thoughts, the conscious thoughts that we have, those we need to find a way so that reach the subconscious mind, right?
Exactly.
So they're aligned, so they're in sync, so they're working together.
They work. Okay. So the way we're going to create anything in our life. So this is the first step to create anything in your life. Number one, all of you have to decide what you want. So I have Gracie just came in. Are you there, Gracie? Gracie just came in. So think about this, guys. What first step I want you to do, I want you to write down what you want. Okay? I don't want you to write down, how am I going to get what I want, man? I want you to write down, okay, what is it I truly want? Not what you're going to settle for. So I want you to write it down on a paper, and you're going to look at it. And this is how you're going to write it. Write it like this. This is what I would like to achieve. Blah, 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 blah. How would it make me feel to have such and such? what would my life look like being blah, 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 da, da, da. Look at that. And when you look at it, then go back into your mind now and then do this. Just like I'm doing, I go like this. I think about it. Okay, what would it look like to have $10,000 consistently in income in my business? So in my head, okay, I catch an image. Now I decide, I say, okay, that's what I want. You're halfway there when you do that. You're gonna halfway be there. I'm gonna tell you why you're gonna halfway be there. Because the way it works is this. Your mind can't help you until you decide you want help. Meaning that your mind won't help you until you decide that's what I want. Because how this stuff works is the help only comes after you decide. The help's not gonna come if you're trying to figure out how you're gonna get it. Because we're targeting your subconscious mind, which is the mind that pays attention to those questions we talk about, and it's going to start to bring the events and situations. So that's the first two things you guys got to do. You got to know what you want, and you have to decide what you want. All right, the next step now, we're going to now impress it into your unconscious mind. Remember now, we got to use our conscious mind to do this stuff. So here's the first lesson now. When you want to bring the bridge between the conscious and the subconscious, your ego works a little different than your subconscious. Your subconscious mind, once I put something in my subconscious mind, guys, it grabs hold of it and it's going to run with it. My subconscious mind can't have a second thought. It can't say, all right, okay, Mark, you want to make $10,000? Oh, Mark, wait a minute. It can't do any of that. It's just going to say, all right, Mark, $10,000. It's going to run with trying to figure out how to make me $10,000. Your conscious mind is a little different. Your conscious mind can decide and say, all right, we want $10,000. Wait a minute. Remember you did that last time and we lost $4,000? Okay, so how we're going to fix the conscious mind is we're going to give your conscious mind evidence of whatever it is you want is possible. And we live in the age of internet. So what I want you to do is decide. You're going to decide what you want, and now you're going to give your mind evidence of what you want. So you're going to go look up. Some of you guys said, I want to start a business. I want to have more money. If someone says, I want to have more time, Mark. So go look up, okay, entrepreneurs. Okay, if this person do that. Okay, oh, she's making $20,000 a month. Anything like that. You just want to give your conscious mind the evidence. So when your conscious mind sees evidence now, it's going to say possibility. That's the bridge we need to get to your subconscious. Because now your ego says, well, all right, it's possible for us to do it. Your ego's not going to tell you it's definitely will happen for you. It's not going to do that at first. It's going to say, yeah, it's possible. But that possibility is going to build now that thing to the subconscious. Question so far?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
This is Eutralia. All right, so when you focus on what you want, but you're used to, because you have to replace you said to replace, we need to replace this thought of what we want with an old thought.
No, okay, you want to replace, so whenever we're going to get something to subconscious, it's about replacing the old with the new. Mm-hmm. So think about what your current thoughts are. And if you notice your pattern, in other words, okay, I can decide I want something, right? And I can think positive. I can get up every day and say, oh man, I feel good, universe, and give gratitude. But in the back of my mind, I still have that old thought, right? Like, what if it doesn't work? Or what if it doesn't that? Okay, that's what's going into my subconscious, not the positive thing I'm thinking about. Okay. Do you guys understand?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Let me tell you why this is powerful. Because here's what happens. The way our mind works is this: our mind wants to fix stuff. Okay. If you notice, this is why we always ask, like, why did it happen? This is why when you're having a relationship, you want to have closure. You're like, man, I can't get over her. Hey, like, why did she do that to me? Why did he do that to me? I got to find out, like, because that's how our minds are built. So even though I'm thinking positive every day, I'm like, okay, thank you, universe. in the back of my mind, what I want, I'm still thinking like, man, is it possible? No, I'm gonna go back to the positive. The positive is not impressing my subconscious, is the other thought that like, what if it doesn't work out? No, maybe it work out. That's what's going to impress my subconscious because I'm giving that has more energy because that has more attachment of emotions than the positive stuff. That's important. You see how that works?
Yeah.
Any questions so far?
Okay, I have a comment. What you're saying is, like, right now I'm thinking about I want to be financially free, get out of debt and all that. But from what you say, it sounds like maybe I'm not thinking big enough. I'm just like in survival mode a little bit, as opposed to like that long view.
Exactly. And that's the common thing about the mind as well. What your mind does, your mind loves to compensate your conscious mind. That's why I said you gotta give your mind evidence now. Like, look, guys, anything that you want to create out there, someone has already done it. If you want to win the lottery, look, I'm here. So there's your evidence right there. And you can look at other people. Your mind loves stuff like that. If you want to own a business, if you want to make more money in your business, there are people in your field or whatever you want to do. There's somebody in that field that has done that. All you have to do is go look at it, pull it up, and just give your mind the evidence, watch it in your mind, and then you'll see in your head and say, oh, it's possible. That's all you need to do. And then that's what we're going to start to impress the subconscious. All right, the next part of this stuff now is this. In order for your subconscious to get something and hold on to it, it takes frequently. So key point is this. It's not what we really think. It's really how often I'm thinking that thing. Now, here's the key now. How often I'm thinking that thing without any resistance. So what do I mean by resistance? I'll give you an example. So if I'm thinking I'd like to, let's say I say, okay, I want to earn more money, or I want to start a business. Okay, I'm thinking about that. So what I would do is I'm thinking of, okay, man, so it would look good if I have this, or I could see my business doing that. But the only difference what I'm doing now, I'm doing it from a neutral standpoint, as if I'm just watching from behind the scenes. So this is a method I use myself. So what I do, and this is what I want you to start to do. I call this projecting my future self. Projecting my future self. So here's what I like to do. So anytime I want something, I will make the decision. Yeah, so the first thing you do, I'm going to decide. Once I make a decision, now I'm going to impress it by thinking about what I want. If you can't visualize, you can write. If you can't visualize, I visualize a lot. I'll see it in my head. Okay, once I do that, it becomes frequent. Now my subconscious sees it. Once I get in at about 10 days, my magic number is 10 days. Once I do 10 days of full visuals, that means every night I'm visualizing it. And what you should be doing, the best time to visualize is right before you go to sleep. Every night, all of you, when you're listening to your subliminals, as you close your eyes and you close your eyes to sleep, you all should be thinking about what you want at the end. So when I do that, after about 10 days now, I jump out of it now. What I do after 10 days now, I'm watching it behind the scenes now. So that means now, when I think about it again, I think about it just as a way to ignite me. I don't think of it anymore as a means to an end. I just think of it as a way to just remind me. You understand that?
Yep.
Any questions on that? Because that's important, because that's going to create
Mark.
resistance. Yeah.
Mark, yeah, I've got a question. So after, say if you visualize that that desire for the first 10 days, could you visualize something else apart from that first desire? Could you go out and visualize something else?
Man. What I do, guys, what I would encourage you guys is, here's a secret. This is what we must do, and I want to teach you guys this. You guys are going to become a master visualizer. First, let me ask a question. Do any of you guys struggle with putting images in your head?
I do.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So for the ones that struggle with put images in your head, let's do an exercise. Okay, let's see if you have aphantasia. Do you know what aphantasia is?
Yeah.
All right. Do any of you guys have aphantasia?
What is that? The inability to, what is that?
You can't see images in your head. You try as hard, everything is like jumbled and blurred.
Oh.
Okay.
I think I
Any-
think I can see image. I think I can see something.
Okay, you guys, okay, for the ones that can't see images, so let's do an exercise. Okay. Where you're at right now, okay, go ahead, look around your surroundings, look in your room, wherever you guys at, okay? You see that?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, what I want you to do now, I want you to take an object, like a table, okay? And I want you to take something in the room and put it there that wasn't there.
Put
Can
it.
you guys do that?
Sorry, say that again, Mark. Put.
I want you to look for
something.
something out of place and then move it in your head to a spot, maybe a desk or something
Oh,
like
just in our head. Oh,
in our
right.
head. Can you do
okay.
that?
Uh,
You guys can do that?
Nah.
Okay, all right. If you can't do that,
Yeah.
okay, do this now. Look around your place again.
yeah.
All right, now I want you to close your eyes and I want you to do a snapshot of what you just looked at. Can you see what you just looked at?
Yes.
With your eyes closed, right?
With your eyes closed. Can you guys see what you looked at?
I can see it.
Who can't see it? Let me know.
Nah, I can't see it.
All right, Kevin, you can't see it?
No.
All right, so Kevin, what I want you to do, I want you to take off your hat, turn it around, look at the front of the hat. Okay, what does it say there? Okay, D start. Okay, turn around, look at it.
Mine's for NYC.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes, Kevin. Can you see the hat D star in your head?
No, I could at first. I could see it, and then it just slowly faded away.
Okay, all right, good. So congratulations. None of you have aphantasia. You guys are just dormant in learning to visualize. Okay, so I'm going to teach you guys how to build that muscle. It's a muscle. Okay, so all of you definitely can visualize. All right, so let me talk about visualizing first and how important it is. Now, guys, remember now. Look, when I did the lottery thing, and I don't know if I said this before, but it took about 9 to 13 months, right? You know, during those 9 months, every night I would visualize 9 months straight. I didn't stop. At first, everything got blurry for me, but here's a tip for you guys to visualize. What I would do, I'll show you right now. This is my phone. I'm gonna open it up. I organize. I go to my gallery and look at this. I want to show you something. Mark's, see this? I have an album here. It's called Mark's Lottery Jackpot. These are some stuff I don't post on the thing, but I have about 178 images of wins that I've won prior and things that remind me of winning the lottery. Here they are, see? What I would do every night, I would do just like this. Look, I take my phone, look, and I'll scroll through like this, just like this, look. My eyes are looking. I'm not focused, my subconscious is grabbing all of this stuff. Look at that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's what I'm doing every night. And once I do that like this, I look at it like this, then I put my phone down, I go to sleep.
Okay.
And then for a split second, some of that images will be in my head. But after 3, 4 days, 6 days, 7 days, 8 days, I didn't need to do this anymore because now my muscle developed where I can actually conjure up the images in my head. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to get your phone, you're going to create an album in the phone, and you're going to entitle it whatever you want to create. You want is the lottery, my business, my $10,000, whatever it is. Then you're going to select and find images that represent what that would be for you. For example, someone has 10,000, you see $10,000 in a Stripe account, $10,000 being deposited in your bank account. That's what you want to do to get that into your mind so that your mind can start to get acclimated. Because the issue is this, it's not that you guys don't have the ability, it's just that the ability you guys have has been dormant and you have to exercise it to bring it. And the big tip, guys, to make all this stuff work is we have to have a routine of being repetitive. You like how you're closing your eyes there? That's how we have to do it. You have to do that every night because what you want to do now, you want to activate the impression into your unconscious. Got that so far?
Yeah.
So let's do a quick review where we're at. So the first step is you guys are going to write down within the question form what you want. You're going to look at it and you're going to put it up and just imagine it again. And then you're going to say to yourself, this is what I want. Say it out loud just like this. You can say, this is what I desire. This is what I want. When you say this is what I want, it doesn't mean you're coming from a state of need. Your mind knows what it means. You just say, okay, this is what I want. And once you do that, now you're going to let that go. And now we're going to get into the realm now of where the information and the stuff are going to start to come to us to give us the clues. We're going to touch on that in a minute, but I want to pause right now to take questions or comments on anything so far. Questions, what you have, or more details.
Yeah, Mark,
Okay, I
I've
have a
got.
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I just have a quick question. This happened to me last week. A friend of mine, her husband's ex-husband passed away, and she had had an insurance policy on him, and she had paid into this policy for a while, but she was told last year that the policy had lapsed, so she just thought it had lapsed. So she was telling me all this and everything. The next day I talked to her, because I was saying to myself, that doesn't sound right. That shouldn't be. If you know, the way she was talking, it didn't make sense. The next day she calls me, she says, guess what? The policy isn't lapsed after on us. She thought it was lapsed for a whole year. And I said to myself, and I was saying all that for her in my mind, I was just wondering, can you manifest that for somebody? Because I kept saying, that policy's not lapsed. I kept saying that in my head. It's not lapsed.
Yes, you can manifest for someone. Or like the individuals you can manifest for people who are more like oblivious. I like to call them like free spirit individuals. Like these are people that they have a little bit of open mindfulness and they're not in a resistance mode. They're not like a negative or anything. That's the first way. The second way you can manifest for someone is to just not tell them what you're doing and then project it for them if they're open, but yes, you can.
Okay. I mean, I didn't do it purposely like that, but it just seemed to happen that way.
Yeah,
Okay,
it happens that way.
Yeah, thank you.
Guys, remember one thing I must stress for you guys. Look, so she brought up a good point there, and you got to remember this. Look, so none of us are, we are all connected. So like my mind is in connection with your mind. Your mind is in connection with billions of people on the planet Earth, and even going far beyond. So we're all connected. That's why you can manifest for things. That's why you can see stuff for other people. That's why you can get visions of someone in your family or your mom, and then you tell them and all that, because information is being circled around. Okay. All right. Who else had a question? David, that was you?
Yeah. My question is, so if we write down all these questions and we're doing it,
Right.
is it just trying to stay in the state of flow, just to make sure it comes to us? Because what I've realized from my experience, I've done some really like things that I thought I couldn't do.
Right.
But I realized maybe I created it with my conscious mind, because for some reason I go back and then it get messed up for some reason. You know,
That's
like for
correct.
instance, I did my master's degree in security, and my work got published and everything. But then in terms of like now, I'm looking at maybe this is not what I really want to do. As the guys were saying, I want to look at having more freedom and creating something for my authentic self, you know. So
got you.
is it just staying in the state of flow and just manifesting things from our authentic self?
Yeah. So whenever you write the question down and then you decide, writing is a very powerful tool, because when we write things, it affects a lot of the parts of our brain. So your brain, when we process information, your brain lights up, right? So the more nerves you use, think about this. I'm holding a pen, I'm activating nerves in my hand. I'm on the paper, I'm activating thinking thought. I'm activating your brain is doing a lot of work when you write. So it creates a lot of part of your brain is lighting up. The more your brain lights up, guys, that's the more energy you're putting out. That's the more your subconscious is tuned into it. That's why scripting is so powerful. But when you write it down and then you look at it, you're implementing it. Your mind, your conscious mind now, remember your conscious mind is an analytical mind. So it sees you writing, it's observing it. And what your conscious mind is going to do now, it's going to try when you decide what you want, and this don't blame your conscious mind for this. It's going to look at it and it's going to tell you two things. It's going to either let you know, yes, it's possible, no, it's not possible. Off rip. That's what your mind's going to do. So that's why you need the evidence. Because if you okay, a lot of you guys say, okay, I want to make 10,000, 20,000, but maybe you haven't done that before. That's because otherwise that's why you're here. So if you want to do that, the first thing your mind's going to do is it's going to tell you, well, I don't know, man. Can we do that? Because it's never done it before. So how do you fix that? You go in and show the mind evidence. You show the mind evidence of someone else that did that. That's going to create the balance, and that's going to be a lot easier to get to your subconscious. Always remember this. We need to get past your conscious mind to make it easy to get to your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind will always give you resistance because it's always trying to figure out how you're going to do this. It's very limited. The way to fix the bridge is to show it proof and evidence, not directly by yourself, but you can show other people doing stuff. It's just the same. It will buy into that. Question so far, we got.
Yeah,
So,
Mark, I have
Mark, yeah,
a question.
I was going to say, I have a question about the writing. Is it as effective to type it like into your phone or onto a tablet? Because I do that so I can carry it
Yep.
around with me and refer back. So is that about the same energy?
Same process. Your fingers are on there, it's moving your thinking, your thought process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then another quick question about the example about the manifesting for someone else. I've gone to the casino, like my husband and I will go, and he will say, or we'll sit at a machine next to each other, and he'll say, we'll both hit the jackpot together. And I'm like, sure. I said, we'll hit it. And then, so when we played, I hit, and then he hit a bonus. And I started rubbing him, and I could feel this energy, like feeling from my hands to his leg as he was, playing, getting his jackpot. So I won like $17, and he won like $400. So my thought initially is to be happy for both of us, but I have that negative thought about why is it that my wins are so little and his are, so much larger. So yet we're sitting there playing and having that same expectation. So I notice that quite often. When we do go to the casino or we're in a situation where we're both playing the lottery, he'll win more than I will. And I'm like, well, what's going on? And he's not into any of the law of attraction videos or anything.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
No, that's a good point. So let me tell you the answer to that. So remember now, guys, your subconscious is illogical. So Dana, right?
Yeah.
What you were focusing on, it was, why am I only winning $17?
$17, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well.
So
Right.
even though, look, that's just I'm teaching you guys. Even though, see how it's tricky this is. Even though you're saying, man, why am I winning $17? What you're really saying is, like, how can I fix not winning $17? How can I win more money? Right? That's what you truly want, right?
Right. Exactly.
But by we saying, why am I doing this? Your subconscious can't deduce like your regular mind, because in you're using your regular mind to do that, but your regular mind already know that why you're saying that. The reason you're saying that is like, I don't want to win 17. I'm only saying this because I need to find a way how I can win more than 17. But the only way for me to communicate is to ask myself, why isn't it working? Why am I always only winning 17, right? But intellectually, you know you want more. But here's the problem. Your subconscious don't know that. All your subconscious is hearing is $17, win more, $17, win more. And that's what you're going to create. Your husband, on the other hand, he doesn't care. He's open.
Yeah.
So that's just, when you're open, you're going to manifest a lot more. And that comes into like overthinking. That's another product of our mind, which is normal, guys. Look, our minds are always going to overthink. It's normal. So if you're experiencing this, don't beat yourself up like, man, how can I do? It's normal for your mind to do that. But here's what you have to do. You have to become aware of this. The awareness is the secret for you. Be aware of what you're saying to yourself and to your mind. Like, never say things like, why is this happening to me? Like, why? Never do that. I always teach. I said, when things happen in your life, don't look for closure. It doesn't matter. What you're looking for is results. You don't care why it happened, right? You just want to know, all you care about is when it's going to happen and what am I going to receive. How it comes in, all that stuff is really irrelevant. Would we agree on that?
Yeah.
Right. So my motto is this, guys. I practice, and this is another tool that I use every day. I deliberately practice every day. And I make this a point. I'm always in my head thinking about only what I want. Let me repeat that. I'm always in my head thinking about only what I want. You start doing that, your brain is going to catch that, and you're going to have less of what you don't want versus what you do want. Now, look, here's a trick about it, though, and you can attest to that. How many of you, when you try to think about what you want, what happens? Your mind says, hey, how are we going to get that? Have you experienced that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you know what that does to you? That makes you not want to think about what you want. Why does it does that to you? Because every time you think about what you want, your mind comes in and throws in a wrench. And then you say to yourself, oh, you're probably right. Why am I even doing that? Maybe let me bring my desires down a little bit. I'll settle for this. Correct? Anybody experiencing that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All right.
I've experienced that. I've experienced
Okay.
that from time to time. Mark, can I just say one of the things that I got from you that's I find even the last few days
Right.
that I found it useful is when you're saying just to let go, like do not care, being a neutral state.
Mm-hmm.
I find that really, really useful and very helpful for me because I realize what I do. I know this law of attraction stuff quite a bit. I mean, I take in so much information over the last few years. I've just struggled a little bit implementing it.
Uh-huh.
So I can listen to someone and what they're going through, and I can deduce in my head, oh yeah, that's why that's happening. But when I try to apply it to my own life, maybe it's the ego, I realize that I need to just let go and step back and just take more action. That's where I'm at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But I mean, all you guys would attest, yeah, that's easier said than done, though. Like Mark, yeah, man. I mean, it sounds good, man, when you're in that I don't care state, man. Hey, Mark, how do I get into the I don't care state, man? Well, the first step for you guys to get into the I don't care stage is you have to get your ego on board. So let me show you the biggest way to get into the I don't care step. And I brought it back earlier. Here's what help your mind to see the possibility of what you want. The more evidence you can show your ego of the stuff you want, the more you're going to get into the I don't care state. You know why?
Okay. Yeah.
Because check this out. It's going to take a lot of pressure off your ego. Because remember how your ego works, guys. It's always trying to figure out how to get you what you want. But if you can show it evidence, it's possibility, that's less pressure on your ego, because now your ego says, hey, it is possible. So I'm not going to bug you a lot. I'm not going to bust my mind trying to figure this out because you just showed me something is possible. So let me just snoop around and see what else I can help you with. It may seem like a small thing, but that's a huge lift of resistance. Okay. Questions so far?
Does that, because does that go along with when you were saying that for 9 months, right?
Yeah.
You were scrolling, you made this folder, but it was
Mhm.
specifically for lottery wins and things like that. Was that your way of opening yourself up to additional opportunities?
Yep. So I had about 3-4. So even now, in my phone, guys, I have. So what I do is I have different folders. So I have lottery folders, I have health folders, business folders, happiness folders, enlightenment folders. I compartmentalize all my albums, and that's what you should do. You want to be organized. Your mind see organization, your life's going to be organized. And when you do this, what you're actually doing is, because guys, remember now, we have these issues for like 10, 15, 20, 30 years, okay? So our brains, how a thought works is whenever we get a thought and when we have a habit and we do something over and over again, it actually fuses. Our neurons are fused. There's a part, if you go inside your brain and we could look at the synapses, it's fused. So that means that thought is always going to run. That's why it's so difficult to overcome like stuff we have like self-sabotaging. It's difficult because it's fused. So the way to unfuse something, we have to convince those neural pathways to what? Break off and create a new path.
New
The
path,
only
yeah.
way we can do that is by repeatedly thinking something over and over again. Now, someone asked me a question, Mark, I want to believe more how to get what I want. This is how you're going to build a belief. Remember, all a belief is a thought that I think over and over again, no matter how big or small it is. If I go to bed every night and I think this thought over and over again, it's going to fuse. Once that fuse, it means my subconscious has accepted that. Once my subconscious accepts that now, I'm going to have a different view of reality now. More stuff are going to open up to me. Because remember, my subconscious controls my emotions and my actions and my habits, which is what makes me move and take stuff and do, inspired action. So it's going to do that automatically. So that's why it's important for you guys to create that every night. My motto is the best time to do your work right before you go to bed. That's the most damage you're going to do with your mind. While you're falling asleep, that's the best time to do your work because you're going to easily be relaxed. Every one of you guys, when you go to bed tonight, all of you guys can close your eyes and you can think about what you want. All of you can do it.
And fall asleep in that state, yeah.
You don't even have to, well, you're automatically going to fall asleep in that state. But the fact that you're relaxed and you're thinking about it, your subconscious is going to open. And then when you get up in the morning, after doing this a few times, you're going to notice that's going to start to become your new routine. You're going to start to see little stuff happening. You might see some like synchronicities. You may see a little, you may get some good news here and there, but that's starting to work. But again, we're doing 50% of the do work now. The other 50% is going to be done by these subliminals. Again, you guys, I'm going to send you all the subliminals, the 5 that I use. Some of you guys got these already and you're using them. Excellent. The ones that haven't received them, I'll get them to you guys. Remember, you're going to get them, organize them, put them in a playlist, have them shuffle while you sleep, turn the volumes down very low. You're going to use earphones because they're designed to go from left to right ear. Very powerful. Majority of them are masked. Use the headband one. You're going to do these for 90 days. And then while implementing what we're talking about now, that's going to get you to where you want to go.
Mark,
Mark,
I've got a quick question
I
about
got a
the
question.
Wait,
subliminals.
all right, hold on, Kevin. Let's get, sorry. Go ahead.
Yes.
Please state your name, guys, when you're talking, so I can know I'm talking.
Renee.
All right, Renee, go ahead.
Yes, you mentioned to state the messages in question format.
Right.
Do you have like a subliminals that are in question format?
Yeah, I have subliminals that are in question format.
Should we listen to those instead of just the regular affirmation style?
Well, the ones I'm going to send you guys are more in question format, but they're also very mass format. Now, the question formats are going to be more powerful when we're using them with our outer voice.
I see. Okay.
That's the key to it. The regular subliminals you're receiving, they are masked. Because they're masked, they block your ego and your critical divide. So regardless if they're in question or not, they'll get in a lot easier. The questions work when you're awake. They have more results because you're using them and your ego is also interacting with those things and sending it to your subconscious. Remember, it takes your ego, right, to say the question, to think about it, and then it's going to take your subconscious to answer it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right.
My question relates to that. You mentioned if we create our sort of self-hypnosis audio as well, would you recommend that we use the one you provided at least for the first 3 months? Because I was thinking of
yes,
creating my own, and you said those could take like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you can create your, but the ones I have, guys, a couple of them were done professionally, and the way they did them, they had them oscillating from right to left hemisphere and the tones and everything. So it's a little bit more trickier, more powerful than what we can when you just make your own mass subliminal. But you can do, but I recommend you use these ones I'm sending you. Those are the ones I use on myself. And then after that, you can do yours. But these will definitely help you because they are a lot more powerful.
All right, Mark, this is Kevin. I had a question about the writing stuff down.
Yeah.
I was doing that. I was doing that back in April. I did it all the way every night before I went to bed. And then I did it again as soon as I woke up. And I did that from April the 23rd all the way to July the 3rd or something like that.
Mhm.
And it just got to the point to where I just didn't feel like doing it no more. But it's in a wide format and all that. And I was trying to find out, do I have to do it that much?
Give some examples of what you were writing.
I was putting, why am I so happy? Why am I so healthy? Why am I so fit? Why am I so wealthy? Why am I so free? And I put, how did I retire before I was 40?
All right. So number one, you don't put how I retired before I was 40. Because your mind, your subconscious don't know what 40 is.
Oh yeah.
So it's
And
not
then,
gonna.
and then I started putting, how did I retire so young?
All right. So here's what you do. You just say, why
Why
have
put
I
it up there?
retired, living the life I desire?
Okay.
That's it. You don't put things with months and days into your subconscious. God, remember, it's so a lot. It's not like our regular. It's not going to think. It's not going to know you're 40. Your subconscious doesn't even. Age don't matter. It's irrelevant. It doesn't exist there. Now, all right. Let me ask you this. You say you write the questions before you go to bed, right? And then you wake up in the morning and do it again.
Yeah.
Right. All right, guys. You don't need to do it in the morning. If you're going to write your questions, do them once. Either you pick a time. Either you do it in the night or in the morning. But you don't have to do it again. Because here's what happens. When you're writing something before you go to bed, you impressed it already. When you get up in the morning, you're writing again, you're going to create more resistance. Because it's like, okay, I got to make sure it's working. Is it working? Is it working? From the minute you do something, your mind accepts it. Okay, number one. Number two, when you guys write those what question formats, are you thinking in the head about what you just said? Let me give you an example. Why am I so healthy? You know what just popped into my head? Running, jumping, working out, walking a long distance. Anything that implies health, it pops in my head. That's how they're going to work. They're not going to work by you just saying, why am I so healthy? Why am I so that? It doesn't work like that. You have to do, there's two components to make this stuff. Writing, imaging. Writing, imaging. So that's why you didn't get any results. The reason why you stopped is because you weren't getting results.
Right.
That's
Because
why
I
you
can't,
stopped. You
because
can't
I
get
was,
results. You're not
yeah,
going to get results doing that.
yeah,
Yeah. It became dull and boring because your mind is like, I'm fed up, man. This ain't working.
right.
You weren't into it. So now you're going to fix it. You're going to write it. Every time you write something, go in your head. Why am I so happy? Okay. Oh, man, I'm laughing. I'm eating my favorite ice cream. I'm thinking things that make me happy. My mind now associates that. See, your subconscious works with images, symbols, smell. If you don't know that, your subconscious works with smells too. So you guys can also use things, smell things that reminisce or remember something. That's very powerful too. You can make up something. You could get your cologne or your perfume, and you can literally put on your perfume. You can say, every time I smell this perfume, it means money's coming to me. Guess what? Our cologne. Every time you use that perfume, you're infusing in your mind that if I spray this, money's gonna come to me. And I guarantee you, in at least 14 days, you're gonna have money coming to you because your mind is so illogical. Because what smell is one of the most powerful senses that you can implement in your subconscious. I don't talk about this on my YouTube channel, but here it's the golden. Like I have colognes there. For each of my cologne, it's a different smell every day when I go out. And when I spray it, I implement it. I say, all right, when I spray this means this means that. And after a while, it's automatic. When I spray it, it just comes in. And I get exactly what it's going to come to you. So incorporate things like that. Use your cologne. I put this on a perfume. This means that. This means that. Your subconscious will do. You can even do it for confidence. You could have a perfume. You can say, when I spray this on, I'm super confident. When I spray this on, the universe always in my favor. You see how it works?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I call that anchoring. You use it to
Mhm.
anchor.
That's very powerful.
Yeah. Mark, can I ask a quick question about the scripting as well? Are
Yeah.
you, does it also, because for me, what it works best is if I do it as an affirmation.
Good.
Would
Yes.
you suggest, like, I might be in the kitchen cooking, and rather than me writing stuff down in the night, I might say, why am I so abundant? And then I take some time to think about it and I really feel it. Is that as powerful as writing it down as well?
Yes. All right. Yeah. So for guys and ladies here, so scripting will be more powerful for you ladies. Scripting may not be more powerful for us guys. And here's the reason why. You ladies, you are more emotional and intuitive. When you write stuff, women are more connected to scripting, so it works better for women. For guys, we are more visual and physical.
Yeah.
So for us, it's better for us to use the affirmations, the why, how, and then we use something to look at to implement it. It works better for males.
Yeah.
See how that
Okay.
work? All right, so we've got David, Kevin, Dana, Carla, Grace, Jay Golden, Renee. Questions anyone?
Just about the scripting. So would that still be in question format for us?
Yes.
Or
So guys,
still,
when
okay.
you're going to script, guys, here's the most powerful way to script. I don't care what you watch. If you watch Abraham Hicks or you watch all these teachers and they tell you how to script, here's how you script. There's only two ways you're going to script, and I guarantee you're going to get results like this, male and female. You're going to script in the past, and you're going to script in the questions. And of course, you can script in the present, but let's not focus on the present. How about scripting in the past? Matter of fact, let me see if I can find this video here. I have it here somewhere. I saved this video 4 years ago. One of the most powerful ways I manifested the lottery was I used this technique. I could find a video, man. Well, let me show you how it works. For guys, you do it this way. For females, you can script it. But here's what I did. I sat in my car. I had a BMW 330 Xi, and I would sit in the car and I would get my recorder and I would say to myself, I would say this out loud. I would say, in the past, I owned a blah, 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 silver gray BMW 330 Xi. But now I own blah, 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 E46 Dakar yellow BMW M3. See what I did? I bridged the past. I brought the present, or what you call the future. What did I do now? I had my conscious mind in agreement. I had my subconscious mind in agreement. I created alignment because I didn't lie. In the past, that's the car I'm in. But now I own. So that's how you want to script. You want to write, in the past, I used to make $5,000 annually, but now I'm so happy I'm consistently making $10,000 in income and revenue. In the past, I used to be unhappy, but now I am so happy. In the past, my health used to suffer, but now I'm the most healthiest I've ever been. I mean, you can remember that a ton of ways. That's the most powerful way you're going to manifest. The reason why that works is because your mind is in agreement. Your mind's not going to tell you you're lying. Because let's say your job is making $30,000, $40,000 a year. In the past, I made $40,000 in annual income. Notice I didn't say a year now, because I know my subconscious understand a year. In the past, I used to make $40,000 in annual income, but now I'm making over 100,000. I'm making over 200,000. I'm making over 300. I'm making $450,000. I'm making $550,000, whatever you want in annual income. Guess what? There's no resistance. Because now the mind accepts, you're right, you're not lying, we are making 40,000. And your mind, when you say, but now making 150,000, your mind's not going to sweat you too much in that, because your mind's going to think that you're just like lollygagging, oh, you just daydreaming or whatever. That's what you want your mind to do. You don't want it to get into you, right? Because that's going to go to your subconscious now. And it's going to be so much easier now because your subconscious is going to be impressed with that. Because remember, your subconscious works. When I say, but now I'm making 140,000, I'm making 250,000, my subconscious now is looking around to what? To prove that to me. So it has to bridge and bring that into my experience. That's the big secret how to script. So you can do it like that. The other way you can script now, do this way, in the total presence, like you're blogging, like you're writing down your day, you're making up your day. Ah, it was so great today. I made an extra $5,000. The car I wanted finally came in. I'm going to Italy next week. By the way, I have to call the dog sitter. I got to take my Bentley to get washed. Remind me to go to the car dealership to get an oil change. All of that is in the moment. I don't put anything like I have a year or this or that. When the most powerful thing is, whenever you're going to get to your subconscious, we have to know what languages will go in, what language it will spit out. Let's talk about some languages that will go in and some language will spit out. It's going to spit out the month, a day, a year. Okay. It's going to spit out anything with like time frame. I want, I need. It's going to spit that out. Instead, you can say, I choose, I accept. Or you can, to fix that all, just say, why am I? How would it make me feel? How can I? What would my life look like? How different would my life be? How different would my life be with making an extra $10,000 in annual income or revenue? How would it make me feel to consistently have what I desire? Do you see how that works? I eliminate all of the things that would clog up my subconscious. Questions?
Yeah, Mark, I got one. So whenever you're doing all this, do you have to see any images in your head?
Not all the time.
Okay.
All you have to do is when you say it, pretend like it's happening. Pretend like you really want to know. Like when you ask, okay, the best way to do it, like remember when you're in school and if you ask a question, you're like waiting for the teacher to answer it?
Yeah.
So you got to start like that. Like when you ask your question, just like, yeah, okay, how would it make me feel to consistently make $10,000 income? Or why am I consistently making $10,000 in income? So when I do that now, I'm like looking out to the unit, I'm looking for the answer now. That's how I do it. Like, okay. You know, that's what starts the process. That's what starts it. Now, sometimes when I do it enough, I get good at it, then I can put images in my mind. Because when you do this over and over again, you're going to start to think and you're going to start to visualize that, okay, what would it look like? I know what is I think Jay Golden, right, asked about business and making more. Jay Golden, that's the way now you can do that by, you know, what if, and look, I used to do this. I mean, I still do it now. And it's fun because when I get up every morning, there's so much ways I can twist this. I can go, what would it look like? What would my life look like? How would it make me feel? How different would my life be? Why am I? How can I? You see that? I can attach so many different things on that. Bam, bam, bam. And I can do it when I feel like it, but I do it when I do it, speak out loud. Then boom, I let it go. Then I do it the next morning. I do it the next morning. Now, some days I feel like doing it, it's fine. Don't rush it. I do it again. But what I'm doing is I'm setting up a routine. I'm setting up a repetition. I'm setting up a frequency or frequently. The key for you guys is to frequently. Do it over. That's how we're going to get to your unconscious. Bottom line is this. The reason you guys are struggling for what you want is because you haven't impressed upon your subconscious truly what you want yet. That's the bottom line. Majority you're getting stuff you want, and it's good because your mind is powerful. Our conscious mind can do stuff. It can get us stuff. It can override our temporary. But I'll keep in mind, this is temporary. You want consistency. If you want consistency, this is how you're going to build consistency. And the next tip is, when you do this, do not look for results. I know it sounds crazy.
Okay.
Can anyone tell me why I shouldn't look for results?
Because it will create resistance.
That's the easy answer.
And
Get
Um,
deeper. Come on, that's the easy answer. Think
Because
about
you
it.
push it away. Do you push it away when you're looking for it?
Okay, so
it make the manifestation takes longer
correct.
because it's not our job to find out how. We just
Okay.
need to exercise faith, right?
That's true, but here's what happens. When I'm looking for results, I'm already affirming I don't have results.
Okay, that's true.
Remember, it's my subconscious mind we're dealing with here. Remember, in my subconscious mind, this has already occurred. So if I'm looking for results, I'm telling my subconscious mind I don't have the results. So my subconscious mind is going to give me more not having results. Your subconscious is very, very tricky. It's very literal, guys. So I don't look for results. I just repeat the process until it comes in. What do I do in the meantime? A lot of stuff. I put my mind on other stuff. I do other things, but I never look for results. The same thing with the lottery. I mean, it's point blank. You know, you play the lottery, you're going to play to win. But even when I'm playing the lottery, I don't look for the results. I just repeat the process and I know it's going to come. And when it pops in, it pops in. If I'm going to look for results, I'm affirming to the universe, I don't have what I want. Remember, we're dealing with subconscious now. We're not dealing with your regular mind here.
Okay.
Question so far, anything you guys want to put in, interject, you don't understand, what you want to know more about?
Okay, I have a question, what you just said about the look for results. Now,
Right.
I'm gonna give you,
Who's this? Dana?
Carla.
Carla. Okay, Carla, go ahead.
Okay, now something happened to me, this was like a few years ago. I'm driving along, I'm not thinking about the lottery or anything like that. I'm on my way home from work, and this car pops in front of me with the license plate numbers are my address. I mean, straight.
Right.
It's my address. You know, I'm not paying attention. I'm listening to the radio and everything, and I just happened to see that. I said, oh, that's interesting. I keep driving. You know, the car goes ahead of me. The next time I get to another light, I catch up with this car, same car in front of me with my address on it. I said, oh, here it is again. I'm, you know, still not paying attention. The third time I catch up with this car, something tells me, go play this number. Because you keep seeing this, the third time you've seen this, go play it. And normally I don't have that kind of stuff happen, but I went to the store. I didn't go home. I went straight to the store. I played this number, and that night it came out, box, but it came out. And I was like, well, what was that? Why did that happen to me? I mean, I've never had that happen. So is that like the universe giving you a tip-off? Okay, this is the day, or how's that work?
Well, yeah, that happens because when you're in a free-flowing state and you're open, like that day you were open, you were feeling cool. You weren't. I can bet you your mood wasn't too. You weren't like angry or anything. You were just cool, right? You were open.
Okay,
Whenever,
I was just wondering.
whenever we're open, we'll always get things. And remember, guys, we're constantly thinking too. Whatever you want or whatever you're desiring, you're going to become entangled with it. And that's another tip we're going to get into in the next session. I want to teach you guys how to become entangled with the goals you want to get. This is part one of being entangled. Like what we're talking about is becoming entangled. But when you become fully entangled with what you want, man, that's where you're going to see a lot of great stuff. I mean, like the lottery, you guys know the lottery thing. Like every day I get numbers like spitting out. I'll give you. I'll show you one right now. Every day, and I'll just know when to do something. For example, the other day I was just driving, and this truck just came. See how this truck just came up to me? You see that? You guys see that truck number?
Oh yeah, we can see that. Yeah.
What does it say?
40, 44.
Yeah.
For the.
So things like this. So when I see this truck number, because that happened to me before, where I seen 0504, you'll get an alert. Universe, because you see these every day, but you get an alert, and then so I'm say, okay, I'm going to play this number. You know what? This number is going to come out. This was like 2 days ago, but watch, you're going to see this number come out in the Florida lottery. But stuff like this happens when you become entangled.
So, yeah, Mark, would you just play that number indefinitely then? Is that what you would do until?
So with this number, what I'll do, I'll play this number, like, see how it says, it says just like that. I'll play it just like that. I'll play 4044, and I'll play this number for about 2 weeks.
Okay.
And if this number don't come out in 2 weeks, then what I'll do now, I'll go into my intuition now, and I'll play that number when I feel like it. So I've connected with the unit.
Okay.
And so when I feel like it, I'll get an hunch and I'll play it, and it'll come out whenever I feel like it, because I'm entangled with it. This is what you do with what you want to create in your life. You want to start your business, you want to get more, feel good. Surround yourself with things that make you gotta bombard yourself every day with those things around you. That's how you program your mind.
Mark, I've got a quick question. So I put the TV on earlier this evening, and I wasn't thinking about lotto or anything because I'm still trying to find like a format as to how I'm going to play. But immediately, like I haven't seen it for ages, and I see the advertising that the jackpot is like 20 million this weekend. So, do you think that's like a hint? I'm just thinking whether I should just get a lotto.
I mean, by you telling me, of course. That's intuition. That's how intuition works. Intuition. I think Carla said it, right? Carla, with the license plate. That was just intuition.
Yeah.
It popped in. Yeah, it popped in. That's how it works, guys. Intuition, guys. I'm going to teach you all this. So I'm going to teach you how to decode intuition versus egoition. There's intuition and there's egoition. Egoition is the one you want to avoid. Intuition is the one that's going to always get you. So the tip on intuition is this: there's egoition and intuition. Write that down. So you got to know the difference because they are so similar. But here's the key for intuition. When it's intuition, it comes on suddenly without warning, notice, or even thinking. Intuition comes on suddenly without warning, notice, or thinking. Egoition comes on with a thought, thinking, analyzing, etc. Egoition, intuition. Question so far? I don't have all you guys here. I know Dana, David, Kevin.
Hi, Mark. Yes, I'd
So,
like to find out when the next session is going to be.
All right,
When
so
is
we're gonna do every Monday, guys, at 5 p.m. Eastern, and this session you guys will get a copy of this Zoom session. So I'm recording this, so you all, by the time we finish, you have all 4 of these sessions, so you can always go back. So don't worry if you can't take notes now. You'll have this recording. I'll get Edward to get this over to you guys, along with the subliminals. So just want to start. You guys are going to start these subliminals I'm going to send you because that's going to be the biggest thing. And then what I'm teaching you is the other 50% that you're going to do to get it. Remember, the goal is this. I want you guys to become master subconscious implementers. You're going to be so good at implementing your subconscious by using your conscious mind. With every part of your life, if you want relationships, if you want money, anything, it's all about, we're going to get it to the subconscious. So that's today's first lesson. I know we had quite a bit of information in there, so don't worry if you weren't able to write or catch everything. It's being recorded and it will be emailed to all of you guys that are in there. Questions? We got about a minute left here.
Mark, I have another question about scripting. Are we supposed to read it every day as well? And if so, how many days are we going back to just kind of revisit what we have written?
Okay, yeah. So when it comes to
Dana.
scripting, the best thing to do with scripting is you definitely have to, if when you script something, you want to review it daily, and you can do that once or twice. That's all you do. You don't have to do it every day, review it. And only script. So okay, for example, let's say you script about in the past, I used to make $40,000, but now I'm consistently making $130,000 in income or revenue. Okay, so you script that. You never have to script that again. All you have to do every day is just open it and look at it, what you wrote, what you just wrote. And then if you can put an image in the mind of like, okay, what does it look like to make 140 or 200, whatever it is, and then go on with your day. Now, if you want to like create things daily, then of course you have to script daily. Like today I did it. See how that works?
Okay, thank. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be a lot. I don't have to spend like 20 minutes a day. I don't want to make it a chore. That's my biggest thing, to make it so that it feels at ease. And it sounds like it doesn't have to be time related necessarily, but
Right.
go through the motion of writing, but also connect the feeling and give yourself the time to actually visualize it in between.
That's good, guys. I'm glad you brought that up. Because here's something I want you guys to remember. Remember this: less is more. That's what I want to teach you guys. I want to teach you guys to compartmentalize and do less is more, because I know in spiritual teaching and everything, you have to do so much. You have to meditate, you have to do all that stuff. And don't get me wrong, guys. Look, 5 years ago, I was doing all that stuff, right? But I found a better way now, and it's a more efficient way. And that's the flow state. That's what I want to get you guys into, the flow state. And less is more now. And that's how your brain works. All we have to do, I just have to get you to convince your subconscious mind. Once I can get you to put something in your subconscious mind, you don't have to do a lot of stuff. You don't have to spend an hour in meditation. You don't have to spend an hour visualizing. You can visualize for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. You can visualize right before you go to bed. Get up in the morning. You can say your questions and you go on with your day. And you'll still get amazing results, because remember, once I get it in my subconscious, I'm just going to watch it from behind the scenes now. And that's where now we're going to get our higher self in. And that's what I'm going to teach you now, to get the intuition in there. So, oh man, sorry, I can know when to take the action. I can know when to chill back. So now, I want to, next week, that's where we're going to begin. We're going to go over egoition versus intuition. And then I want to go into now more of critical thinking mind and higher self and etc. So, but this is a great start. So remember, a routine, we're creating a routine. So for you guys, routine. If you haven't done it yet, go write down what you want. Then you have to manually decide what you want. You have to say, man, you gotta say, this is what I want, this is what I decide. And we're gonna use those subliminals. You're gonna do them every night. You're gonna follow, when we go to bed, make sure you think about what you want. Fun way. In the morning, you wanna do your scripting, fine. Now you know how to do your questions the correct way. You start to do that. Once you do that, you're gonna jump out. Just watch your stuff from behind the scenes now. Remember, don't go looking for results.
Okay,
They're going to
that's
automatically
key.
show up.
Yeah.
When you look for results, you're going to get the opposite. You're not going to get results, because your subconscious mind, remember, your subconscious mind, all right, check this out before I go. This is something you want to understand. So you know about time, right? Before we used to, you hear me talk about this, but this happened within the past 7 years. Physicists now have finally discovered what time really is. So what they did now is called the block universe now. So what they've concluded was like every single thing is a block in the present. It's called the block universe. So what it means is this. It means the past, the future, the present are all on one big block. They're just happening, one over here, one over here, one right here. The problem is your brain is moving so slow, it can't see the whole thing. So everything is happening all at once. So your subconscious mind is infinite. It can pick up the block. It knows everything of your higher self. So whenever I am manifesting something, I have to do it as if it's already happened, because in reality, in quantum physics and quantum theory, it has actually happened. So if I'm looking for results, right, to my subconscious mind, the results has already happened. So we say, okay, why is he looking for results if it already happened? That's going to create resistance. I'm not going to get the results because he can't give me what has already happened. it must give me the opposite. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You guys understand?
Yes. Yes, thank you so much.
So, all right, look, let's look at it like this. Let me look at my hands. All right. I'm looking down.
Mhm.
There is the past. There's my present, where I'm at right now. And here's my future. It's all there because I can see it from top. But because we live on the 3D surface, we can't see the whole thing. So listen now, it means my birth, my death, I'm both alive and I'm already dead. And I'm already living right now. It's all right now happening. Already done and gone. All of us right there. It's block universe. That's what time truly works.
So this is like the multiple universes you're talking about. Like you can be in one universe and then you might be in another one, living another life, doing something else, or that's what you're talking about.
No. This is currently what's happening now for us. Multiple
Okay.
universe now is whenever, let's say you decide today you're going to go to Target, but you were going to Walmart first, but on the way to Walmart, you just decided to go to Target. The universe splits into what happened when you went to Walmart. Now you create a parallel universe where you did go to Walmart. I thought about being let's say you thought about you wanted to be like a musician, but then you end up being like an IT tech. The universe split to where you became that musician. Every thought we ever make, every decision we make, it has to split off and branch off into a parallel universe. So if you think about it, every decision or every version of what you want is already out there somewhere being experienced by a parallel you. This is science. This is according to quantum theory. And the reason is because the particles that make up all of us, they're not infinite. They have to repeat at some point. You can only have so much protons, electrons, neutrons, quarks, etc. So they're not infinite. So that means if the universe is infinite, the dice is going to have to repeat because it's going to keep going and going and going.
Yeah. So Mark, just a quick question from me. Is it the fact that because you know the way we were born and because of society programming the matrix, is it just why it's so difficult to come to terms with this? And in terms of living the life we want and
Yeah.
doing all of that.
The reason, guys, why it's so difficult for you to understand this stuff is because of a conditioning. And again, it's in our subconscious. You see, we have been conditionally programmed from when we were kids. Remember, through our first 6 years of our life, we were all subconscious programs. Think about that. It's only when you're 7 years old, you start to develop your critical divide and your thinking mind. Actually, more like 9 to 10 years old when kids start to develop like an ego and they start to think. So imagine 8 to 10 years of your life, you couldn't stop whatever was coming in your head. Think about that. So
yeah.
And that gets ingrained. And that's why it's difficult for us to kind of when we see things like this, it becomes like you're like, oh, this is crazy. I can't even believe this stuff.
Yeah. That's really powerful. That's really powerful. Yeah. I appreciate that, Mark. Yeah. I think there's a reason all of us are on this call as well. It was meant to be.
Yeah, all
It's
of you
like
guys.
it's
all of you guys are here because
to manifest, you know.
Yeah, it moved you and you want to change your life, and there's something within these 4 sessions, all of you, something is going to click that I'm going to say, or one of you are going to say, that's going to turn the light on for all of you guys.
I like that.
That's why you're here. I mean, that's why you're here. That's how it works. We're going to do 4 sessions. But within this 4 sessions, every single one of you guys you're gonna get an aha moment.
I believe that, and I'm reaffirming that.
Yeah, I'm
that's
telling
gonna
you.
happen for me.
That's how it works.
No, absolutely.
Because all of you guys
Absolutely.
know how it works, but you're here because you want to kind of like mesh it and put it together and figure out you want to adjust it, you want to tighten it up, and you've been trying to search for it. I guarantee
Mhm.
within these 4 sessions, all of you are going to influence each other because one of you today it happened for one of y'all already. As soon as I get off this, you're going to digest this, and you one of you going to get the aha moment, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, fantastic.
Thanks
All
for
right,
the
guys.
tips, Mark.
Well, Mark,
Thank you
this is
guys
fresh.
so much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And I know you guys are in Europe. I know it's late there. Appreciate it, man. I know it's, what
Yeah,
is it, 4 in the
I'm
morning
about
here?
to, I'm about to start the scripting now, Mark.
Yeah, I
It's
appreciate it,
bedtime
man.
here in England, you
Yeah.
know. 11.
And I'll get
Yeah.
you guys the Zoom link. I'll get Edward to
Subliminal.
get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm gonna email you. So look out for the subliminals. I'll get them emailed to all of you guys, and then start that. And then we're gonna be back again next week, same time. And looking forward, guys.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Thanks, Mark.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you, Mark.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You guys next
Thank you
Bye-bye.
all.
Have a good week,
All right.
everyone.
Too.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.